Now, of course, before you start messing around with any water, you just want to make sure things are shut off. There's a little gate valve here, and I believe it's shut off. Yep. Okay. Got it shut off. The valve is going this direction, or it's coming out this way, and so the handle you want turned the other way, and that's going to shut it off. Okay, so I've got the water shut off. Now I can figure out where I'm going to cut that line off. Now, am I 100% sure that whatever I do here is going to fix the entire problem? No, I'm not. But I do know that every once in a while water leaks out of that and squirts out, and I'm thinking maybe when it's filling up the ice, maybe it does that and it puddles up enough, and then eventually it comes out of the front of the refrigerator. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. So because this material here only cost me, the couplings were like $3 and some odd cents each, that little coupling. So I had to buy 2 couplings. Now I had to buy 2 of these little couplings here and this little piece of pipe. So for less than 10 bucks, I know I've got to at least fix that. And if it's something more than that, I'm going to have to call the appliance guy. Okay, well, he was pointing right up in here, and it looks like there's a little crack there, but I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to cut it down here. I've just got some electrical cutters. Let's see what happens here when I cut this. Actually, it looks like there's some water, right? Wow. Might have to look at that again. I think there's, yeah, I think it's right there. And some water might come out of this because I turned it on and I turned it back off. We'll see. Okay, so much for that. Got that cut off. And now I'll have to probably take some pliers or something and just kind of push this back together a little bit. Where are my pliers at? Let's grab me the pliers. I don't do this very often at all, but I thought I would try it. Okay, now I'm going to push this on, and I want to make sure it seats in there, and it feels like it did. Okay, so far so good. Now see, if I knew exactly where that leak was, I could have cut just a little piece out and put it back in there, see? And man, I could almost do that, but I'm just afraid it might be up here. So I'm going to cut a little section of pipe and hold it up here. Figure out about how high I want to go. I'm just going to go up like yay high. Okay. Cut that off. I can have this for next time. See, here's that little piece I put on there. I'm just going to push on there and pull that off. Okay, now I can take this and push it in there. Make sure I'm in there tight. If you got a question, you can pull it back out. Push it back in. I guess it's going plenty. There it is. Okay, it's in. Okay, and because I have a little bit of a slop, I don't have to make this 100% perfect, but I want to put this in here now. Hold that up. Push that back in like that. And hold that up there. And it says about 3/4 of an inch. I marked it. You can mark that with a pencil, and then you can pull it back out and measure it. And I did that. It was about 3/4 of an inch. So I can hold that. And see, I've got a little bit of a slop, so I want to come down a little bit. And then about 3/4 of an inch. That's almost to the middle of this little coupling. If I cut it right there, I should be fine. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. Just gonna kind of clean that up. Push this in. And if I think it's just a hair too long, you know, if I push this down in there, that looks fine. If I thought it was just a hair too long, I could push that in. The coupling, pull it out, snip a little bit of that off, and try it again. In fact, let's just do it. I'm only going to cut it about 1/8 of an inch. Okay, I'm going to push this back on there, make sure it seats. Looks pretty good there. I'll see if I had some tape, I can put some tape back across there or whatever. You know, when you push it up against the wall, it should be fine. Okay, that's pretty much it. I'm going to turn the water back on now and see if that's going to be okay. Now before I push it back in there, I noticed somebody had messed with this before. They tried to fix it and they took this bracket thing off, and I'm looking for an extra screw, and it looks like there's one right there. And that's for the piece that was just there. This was just hanging, and I could leave it like that, but I figure since I'm here, I might as well put this back up in there. I've got just enough slack to do that without binding. This was not the pipe that was leaking, but this will kind of keep it how it was initially. Okay. In fact, if I think, let me just see if I can push some of this down off of the bracket. Because that's just a loose bracket. I think I can pull on the bracket, loosen it up, and just lift it up. There it goes. Okay. Now it's not as tight. See, I got plenty of slop now. I think I'll do that. Guess I can't go too far, else it's going to hit that nut. All right, right in there. You know, certain things, you might as well try to fix a few things on your own if you feel you can. And that looks all right. Now when I push it up against the wall, it'll kind of hold itself there. There you go. Now to turn that bad boy back on. Now you can't really see this part, but the valve was facing this way, and so I turned it back so it's facing out, and I know there's water going on that now. All I have to do, you know, if you really want to check it, I guess you just come up to here. Let's hit this. Yep, see? There's water. Okay, I don't know if that's gonna fix the eventual issue. Once I push this back, I'm gonna have somebody look at it and keep their eye on it. And worst case scenario, if there's another issue, I can always go back, pull the refrigerator out like this, shut the water off. I could even disconnect the water line or just shut it off until I get an appliance company here to see if they can't fix the issue. I don't know if they're going to be able to fix it though, and if they can't, I'm going to be like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? This is a nice refrigerator. It's only like maybe 4 or 5 years old. Do I really want to replace it because of this? Maybe I disconnect the water and I just don't have a water maker on this refrigerator for a while or something. I'm not sure, but you know what? At least we got this fixed right here.